Whoa, Nelly! There's nothing like a cold day in Charlotte when the Tar Heels come a-coming. Hello, everybody. This is Mal Ice doing my best Keith Jackson. So, ACC Championship, Saturday. This Saturday. North Carolina Tar Heels versus the Clemson Tigers. So, let's take a look at the game. Now, I've got a lot of feedback from my friends on Facebook and around about who deserves to be in the title game, or I should say the playoffs actually, and who doesn't. And there's been a lot of pushback on the Tar Heels because of a weak non-conference schedule that included Delaware and North Carolina A&T, my alma mater. Thank you, pride. And a loss to lowly South Carolina in the first game, a game that we controlled, a game that we dominated, a game that we threw 3 picks, 2 of them in the end zone. So that team has improved exponentially since then. Rattled off 11 straight wins and now face the Tigers, who are 12-0 for the ACC title. Now, Clemson is the #1 ranked team in the country. They're the #1 not only in the AP and the coaches poll, but they're also #1 in the eyes of the selection committee. And they deserve to be because they played a rigorous schedule. They're from a Power 5 school, and they're undefeated. So now let's look at the other key factors, the other key characters in the playoff contention. You got #2, which is going to be the #2 spot, which should go to the Big Ten champion, which will be either Michigan State or Iowa. Iowa's undefeated, and Iowa comes in a lesser known quality, but they have a lot of parallels with UNC. And let me explain. UNC is in the coastal of the Atlantic Coast Conference. Clemson's in the Atlantic. The Atlantic is seen as the much tougher division because you have to face Florida State, Clemson, Louisville. The coastal side is a little less rigorous, as they would think, because it's Carolina, Duke, Virginia Tech, Georgia Tech. Now, Georgia Tech was expected to win it, and they're last place, so go figure. And Miami, also over there. So those two are parallel in that way, because the simple fact is that people don't see the Iowa Hawkeyes as being in the tougher division, but they're undefeated, and now they're going to get the ultimate test with Michigan State. Now, Michigan State has gone at a tougher road. They've played Michigan and Ohio State and Penn State, and then they've beaten them all. And so now it's going to be tough for them. No, they did lose one game. I stand corrected. It's going to be tough for them because what's going to go on now is they're going to face Iowa, and the winner should and will move on. Which brings us to the third spot. That's probably going to go to Oklahoma, and now Oklahoma has a bad loss as well. They've lost to, of all teams, in the Red River rivalry, they lost to Texas. They lost to lowly 4-7 Texas, but still, they're going to win the Big 12, and I think the committee's going to see it as, well, we slighted them last year. Let's slide them again. They're not going to slide them again this year. Well, they could. Or the committee could punish the Big 12 for not playing ball the way everybody else does, which means having a conference championship. Big 12, here's the news flash. Get a conference championship game. I digress. So, which leads us to the 4th spot. And the 4th spot, I believe, should go to the winner of the ACC. Now, if it's Clemson, Clemson is completely deserving of the championship, and I'm going to root for them as my conference champion to win it all. If Carolina beats Clemson, I believe that Carolina should be in. And I don't want to hear about Stanford because they have 2 losses, and I don't care how tough their division is. They face USC in the Pac-12 championship, and winner is going to go to the Rose Bowl. Stanford, no. You didn't deserve it. Sorry. Took care of business. You got 2 losses. Sorry. You're done. Ohio State, I'm sympathetic to because they did play a tough schedule, and they are the national champion They're defending national champion, but here's the problem with Ohio State. If you're not the best in your conference, how can you be best in the country? No, you don't. No mulligans, no do-overs. You had your shot. Win your conference. Don't win your conference, then you're just not in. You're not in it. Bye. Go away. So, which leads us back to the Tar Heels. We win our conference. We should be in. And here's my last point. If this is a true tournament, if this is like the NCAA, which the NCAA is the best, one of the best sporting events that we have as a country. The NCAA, if you're a number one seed and you lose, you go home. There's no discussion. There's no double elimination. You go home. You wrap it up. Your season's over. And that's what I contend should happen. The winner of this de facto quarterfinal game between Carolina and Clemson should advance. The loser goes home. There's no, well, they only lost one game. No, but they lost the key game. They lost in the tournament. We don't give any other seeds, the number 2 seeds, when they lose to the 15 seeds in the NCAA tournament, they go home. Clemson, you lose, you go home. You win, you advance. Simple. Simple. And so that's what I'm going to say as I end this in my Cape Jackson voice. And just to remind you that college football is one of the best sports that this nation has. Peace, love, and soul. 06.